in the next moment and the moment after. A constant state of nexus. Until the moment that stood side by side with each other, like the soldiers in the preservation of the problematics of time, vanished. So does the limitations of time and space that we occupy, and how it tosses to the fact that perception is both tangible and abstract. Realizing reality has been conflated into believing what is in front of you, what is in front of your eyes, is concrete without wavering, a monolith to how effective social conditioning can be. Social conditioning happens in relationship to the measurement of time. Time was not invented by man, as he would like to believe. In its purest state, time is not linear. The sun and the moon engaged in their conversation from the beginning. Time was not manufactured, but instead captured by man and tied to reality to be quantified in order to create a foundation for social conditioning. This is the modern form of time, which you are familiar with, as it is tied to productivity, creating problematic bonds that seek to dissect humanity from the state of truly being present by creating contracts with the measurement of time. You toil under these contracts that have been created, working to perform the many roles that the organic body occupies. An armor around your sense of being present is formed through trial and error. Is it for its protection or survival from the energy of the other performers? Or is it part of a scheme of social conditioning? Being present in this instance is heavily weighted on consumption and materiality, food, objects, alcohol, drugs, entertainment, creating these objects and things with the hopes that they will become a common soothing mechanism. No time to have concern for fellow humanity as the capitalists are eating you alive. They use the monikers like government, communication, mass media to distract you, using the illusion of information sharing to gain your trust. As they consume you, you consume their intentionally toxic output. First, they find out what your pulse says. They monitor you from behind an inaccessible curtain of technological surveillance. They secretly read the monitors that keep track of what makes you tick, drives you, motivates you. You have been reduced to a machine with your gears exposed. Your voice, as it vibrates through the lines, becomes your signature in the database. Your finger swipes tell a tangential story, but they are sure it is still you. When you started to feel the energy of the eyes from behind the curtain, they assured you it was for the benefit of your safety. They allowed neutralizing entities, also known as laws, to fall through the ground to reside in the pit of your stomach. They become nostalgic of social empathy. Over time, you accept your role as a subject in the act of technological surveillance, and you start self-reporting, giving it all away in the subtlest ways. An email, a tweet, a virtual sharing of an image, all laced with your digital DNA. The black mirror is deceptive. It makes you believe that it is only active when you wake it. When you enter your bio identifier, the unlocking implies safety and privilege of access. Brandishing your new cyborg abilities becomes an indication of your status of adaptation. You forgot what it meant not to be overtly surveilled. Because your memory waned, they engineered ways for you to create your own network. The empty falseness of agency, the profile being at the forefront of your new pseudo-agency. These interfaces lead to interactions, lead to sustained distribution of thoughts and information. Your thoughts, your information. As these network communications become more prevalent, you report on yourself. These spaces are considered safe to you. The possibility of autonomy, the inviting lure of being able to behead yourself and materialize behind the screen of the glass of the screen. But they who use these various monikers are surreptitious in the iron fist of control over your falsely autonomous sense of presence, saving you for later in data farms. Or maybe they use you up now, repeatedly. Either way, you won't know. The only evidence of surveillance are the ones that you think belong. They call it artificial intelligence. It all seems real and organic, doesn't it? Why wouldn't these communications and interactions be chased? They are the calculated efforts of programmers to program your attention. A shady type of ethics happening in the back rooms and out in plain sight sometimes at some of the most prestigious and powerful educational institutions and corporations. Over decades, they have colonized your sense of autonomy. As technology has created new pathways of self-surveillance and self-reporting, they name them unassuming female names. And they give them unassuming female voices, using female subjectivity as the bidder of their schemes to stockpile data, misogynistic attempts at generating an expectation for their user. When you connect them to your world, they become the eyes and the ears and the metaphoric walls of your life. And in some cases, the literal walls. Let's think about what it means to perform reality and how it relates to identity as it is understood by you. The human condition relies on the foundation of the organic body. The body is given to you, but not as a gift. These bodies operate linearly in relationship to your ancestry. These bodies are coded, a complex set of data strings. They are what makes you unique. When your body becomes an inevitable victim of social conditioning, this complex set of strings is reduced to a binary. Roles to be performed. Some of these roles you have chosen, and some of them are attached to your coded body within categories of race, gender, class, and being woke. Woke, Urban Dictionary definition, although an incorrect tense of awake, a reference to how people should be aware in affairs. While you are obsessing with Kim Kardashian, there are millions of homeless in the world. Stay woke. Perception is the system that you use to navigate the social conditioning framework. That is meant to manage the individual as their coded body dictates. Scanned and processed in these orders: Anglo-male, coded first; Anglo-female, coded secondary; minority male, coded as third. A double of being coded as a woman and minority becomes invisible, squared, diminished to the 10th power, and challenged to infinite bounds. Those who fall outside of the code are not even listed because there's no interest in understanding them and being considerate of their existence. They are told to act within the code so they can thrive. Because you are invisible, undesirable, and redacted from the code, you reside in the undercommons, which means social, and in some situations, physical genocide. Slaughtered at the hands of those who have been imprinted to believe that they are the foot soldiers of the coded order. Sometimes these pseudo-foot soldiers even look like you, but they don't see themselves in your face in the process of your murder as you gasp for breath and your face becomes a black hole of their own hatred. This is what you have become. The code keeps multiplying exponentially and becoming stronger, creating more foot soldiers through fascist global leadership. This is problematic. The code needs to be corrupted, subverted. Actually, it needs to be shot to hell. Totally dismantled from its moorings in colonialism, where it has stood for a long time. Stay woke.